Hey everybody, my name is Summer Joy. I am 25 years old. I'm self-taught seamstress, a fashion designer, and I get a lot of comments on Instagram saying that I should start YouTube videos. So we're gonna make a bow tie. A lot of people love bow ties. I love bow ties. I don't wear them all the time, but my son does. I have a 5-year-old. And so I'm gonna be using this fabric, which is kind of like a vinyl, but it's kind of lined itself. And it's just a strip of fabric that I had from something that I made earlier. So what you're going to do is you're going to see how wide you want the bow tie to be and cut that length. This is actually a perfect length for me. So I'm going to cut this length almost like a square, however wide you want it to be. So let me get my measuring tape actually, because that's what we'll need. I guess I should start out with the materials. So you'll need a measuring tape. This one is 60 inches. You can get the ones that are like 120. I don't recommend it because I rarely measure anything out that far. So this one is 60 inches. You'll need a pair of scissors. These are fabric scissors. You can use whatever pair of scissors you have. And fabric. You'll also need like a needle and thread or a sewing machine. So what we're going to do is I'm going to measure out how wide I want it to be, and this piece is 7 inches long, so that's pretty good length. And then we're gonna do for the width of the bow tie, I want mine a little bit thicker because I like the fabric and I kind of think it's gonna be a little bit more like, you know, fashionista, like kind of bigger and over the top. So I'm going to do 4 inches on the fold, so that's 8 inches total. Plus you have to allow for seam allowance, which is normally about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch. If you're sewing, hand sewing, then you just kind of just sew right at the end. I don't really know how to hand sew, but good luck with that. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut. So what we're going to do is cut 8 inches. And since mine is already cut lengthwise, this is what I have. What you'll also do is you'll need that little center part that goes around the whole thing. And that is normally about 4 inches, I believe. Let's do 3. We'll do 3 inches. 3 inches in length. And width-wise will probably be about 2 inches. So 3 by 2. Because you're going to be sewing that as well. So this little piece is going to be for the center. So we're going to end up sewing it here and then wrapping it around and hand sewing it there. This is probably going to be a really crappy video because this is my first time and I'm doing it in one take. I'll get the whole editing thing down eventually. I'm sitting on the floor of my room, so it should be fun. So what you're going to do, starting out, is after you have your square, you're going to fold it in half, right sides together, so that your stitches will be on the inside of your fabric, in the inside of your product. You're going to sew 2 of the 3 sides. You already have one that's already folded, so what you want to do is either sew the L this way or this way, whichever you prefer, but leave one side open. And then you're going to hand stitch closed the open side once you turn it right side out. Okay, so I'll do that and then I'll come back. I sewed along the L like I told you guys. So this is what it looks like inside out, and I sewed along the top and one of the sides. So what you're going to do is you're going to use this. What you should do is clip the corner so that it'll turn easier. And I literally just made a little cut right there so that when you turn it inside out, it doesn't like kind of bunch in the corner. And you flip it inside out, point the corners out, like push them out with your finger. And then this is what you have. I love this fabric. It's so amazing. And you can press it if you want to. I hate ironing, but it does make it look a lot better. Plus this fabric I feel probably would melt, to be honest. So what you're going to do is from here you can press it and so it'll be nice and flat. And then you're going to hand stitch this side closed. So what I usually do is just flip it in the amount that you would normally sew it. And then you can either top stitch and just sew it down, or you can do an invisible stitch by hand. So I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's nice and flat and sewn close. And when you get to the end, make sure that nothing gets turned out and it's actually staying closed. There we go. Don't forget to backstitch. There we go. So while you're at the sewing machine, or while you were finishing the actual bow tie part, you might as well take the bow tie center, the wrap that we're going to use for the middle, and do it right sides together. So you'll literally just fold it in half long ways and sew this side all the way closed, and so you'll make like a tube. So after you're done with this, the actual bow tie piece, and sewing this one down the side to make your tube, you're going to turn this inside out. Sometimes when things get too skinny, you would use a safety pin, hook it to one of the sides here, and then flip it inside out. So you can still see it, there's still a hole. You close up the safety pin, and then you're going to push this down into the hole. It's kind of weird at first, but you push the safety pin through so that it brings the side to the other side, and you pull it until it flips itself inside out like a cocoon. Look at that. Oh, amazing. Take the safety pin out, adjust. What sucks about this fabric is that it's ribbed, so it's sewn down, and as soon as you cut it, it starts unraveling. A bad choice of fabric, but it's gonna look really cool when it's done. Even if you want to, for this one, if you're using like cotton, I would recommend using cotton or even like leather if you are feeling, you know, sassy. But this is what it's gonna look like afterwards. And if you press it down, it'll look a lot better. I'm not gonna do that because I'm lazy. And so you're gonna take your bow tie, you're going to crunch it like such. Use this part, wrap it around the middle, and then you're going to hand stitch. Look at that, that's looking amazing already. You're going to hand stitch it closed in the back side. So this is what I mean by sewing the back of it. You're taking your needle and thread and you are sewing it as such, just through. So like you're just basically doing this to close it up, but make sure you don't, you know, close up the back of it. So this is how it's going to look once you sew the back of it. It's the back, that's the front. And then next is that you're going to either cut a strip of fabric and sew it down the side and do the inside out thing like I told you with the safety pin, measure your neck, or just grab a piece of string. Then you should be able to fit it through there. If you need to attach the safety pin to it in order to push it through, you can. You just put it through the top of it, there, and then you're going to push it through. So safety pin, what you're going to do is have this when you're done. So now you can either tie it in the back. I look a mess, I know. You can tie it in the back like, you know, just like a knot, or not a knot, but like a I'm tying my shoe knot. And it's super cute. Look at that. Ooh, 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 ooh. And so that's my first tutorial. I definitely didn't plan for it very well, but next time I will. And you guys can like, comment, and subscribe. I got that from all the other YouTube videos that I watched. And put your suggestions in the box. I know that this is horrible as far as video quality and editing and preparation and all that. So don't tell me what I need to do better, because I already know. I'm just kidding. But suggestions on what you guys want me to make, or what you want to see me make, or what you have trouble with. And then most likely I'll make a video about it. Thanks for watching, guys. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, my Snapchat is The Joy of Summer L. I know it's so weird. The Joy of Summer L is supposed to be LA, but it didn't give me enough spaces. And I spelled joy, J-O-I. And then my Instagram is Summer Joy, J-O-I. All right? Thanks for watching, guys.